and I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch. You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
Cam didn't say anything wrong.
He didn't say anything wrong.
Cam actually,
even the guys that were sitting around him looked like, oh God.
They looked
They looked like brace yourself. You're saying something.
They were uncomfortable because they know. They knew. So Cam Newton.
So I've never heard of this guy ever before in my life because I don't watch sports.
Okay,
so I have no unless you're like the Magic Johnson years or the Michael Jordan years. I really don't know, especially NFL.
Yeah,
you're never gonna catch me understanding that game. He did say something interesting this week that has been going around about women.
He's in hot water, guys. I didn't think he said anything wrong. I was trying to see what.
And the truth is, if this had been like 30, 40 years ago, he wouldn't have said anything wrong.
Right.
But now he's saying something wrong.
Yeah.
His hair. That's weird. Can't get a housewife looking like that.
Okay, so I'm putting a clip of the video that he. You guys probably seen the video. Yeah. I'm sure, but I always put clips up. So I'm putting a clip up of the video that this is upwards about. So I'll do that now.
A perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch. You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad bitches. And I say bitches in a way, not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that. No, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet.
So women are mad at everything that he said. No, feminist women are mad at everything. Women's empowerment women, these women are pissed because they feel like, he's saying something that's so weird and abstract. And all I'm sitting here, as we're listening to him talk about this, we're just like, okay, I feel like what he's saying is what we are always saying, is that traditional roles, when you're in traditional roles, women understand their place and so do men. And then they do what they're supposed to do to create a cohesive, harmonious, relationship, life, marriage, parenting. And so him saying that make complete sense to me.
Right.
Now, he's talking about the bad bitch thing. Now, so we've talked about that I don't know how many times, a lot.
I hate that word.
I hate that word, and I don't like the women. And I don't like
baby daddy, baby mom. I hate all those words.
I hate it. The attitude goes behind. So there's a girl that's going viral too, because she decided to, make a TikTok, one of those, videos, counteracting to what he said, and so I'll put that video up so you guys can see it.
My one and only response to Cam Newton's interview, and if you didn't see it, here's the gist. You can only be a bad bitch or a true woman if you fulfill a man's needs, okay? Let them speak, or you let them lead, okay? Fair enough. No, not fair enough. It's 2022, babe. Wake up. Also, you've got me messed up. If you think I am doing things for a grown-ass man that he is fully capable of doing himself. I married a man, not a baby. Thank you very much. I will be a great wife someday. Believe that. But I am not at your every beck and call. You know why? Because I'm living my own life too, babe.
Not true. What you just said, that's gobbledygook. Okay.
I found a clip. So, now, first of all, with this girl, okay. I don't know if you ever feel this way. Okay, so she's a cute girl. Now, what I don't like is whenever I see a woman who is like pretty, you know, and then she starts talking, and then the talk is like what we just saw. It's kind of like you become not attractive anymore. So I just get, when I see women speak like that, I'm talking about just the way she's speaking right now. Not even what she's saying, what she's speaking. And just something about that is just so gross to me that, you know, that head moving and she's, you know what I mean, that dialect, and she's, you know, I'm sure she's a bad bitch is what she's going to claim that she is, you know. Like, just something about that is just so unattractive to me. Yeah.
Because what she's trying to say is that basically she wants a marriage where she's still independent.
Yeah, you can't have that.
These women just don't get that. When you get married, your life, there are still things that, you know, of course,
you have your own life.
You can have, there are parts of your life you won't be doing with your husband. But you are not an independent person anymore. And if you go into a relationship where you're actually supposed to be dependent on each other, then you're really setting yourself up for divorce.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, I hate to go back to the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, but this is what happens when two people don't have roles.
Right.
And they're just rolling along and making redefining marriage.
Right.
Which is what Will and Jada tried to do, is redefine marriage. We're not going to do it like everybody is. We're going to have open marriage and everybody can come in and sleep with us.
It didn't work.
And see, it doesn't work. And this is the same thing what this girl is trying to do.
This is what bothers me about women like this. Is, you know, is that to your point about marriage, it is like this woman is never going to be married to the right type of person.
No, she will. She'll just be divorced.
Well, to the right type of man.
Because this is why divorce is high. It's because of stuff like this.
If you hear what she's saying that that she doesn't believe, basically, that she needs to cater to her husband. That is 1,000% incorrect in a marriage.
If you don't cater to each other, so first of all, she's only speaking as though men don't cater to women.
Yeah, it's like
so everything that she was saying, she was
like men
saying,
do nothing.
I'm supposed to let a man speak. Yeah, you're supposed to let other people speak.
Yes,
you're not the only person that's supposed to be talking. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to. What else did she say? I'm supposed to let a man speak.
Lead.
I'm supposed to let a man lead. Yes.
Yeah.
There are roles in relationships.
I'm supposed to let him speak and lead. And
what was the other thing? And fulfill a man's needs. So
fulfill a man's needs. Let them speak and lead.
So what she's saying, and then I think she's talking too soon, because in marriage that is how it works. You fulfill a man's needs, he fulfills yours.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You let a man speak, he'll allow you to speak.
Right.
Even though my husband will be the head of my house, I still have a voice. I'm not just I'm letting him lead, because I am submitting to him, but he is going to hear me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's going to make the big decisions, because I believe that when you submit to someone, you have to let a man make the decision. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you're supposed to follow along with that. Right. But you do have a voice, and men do listen to you. And so the idea that you don't want to let anyone talk but you. Yeah. The idea that you don't want to fulfill a man's needs, you just want yours fulfilled. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you are assed up if you think I'm going to do something that a man can do for himself. Well, you don't want to do anything nice for your husband. You don't want to cook for him. You don't want to. Of course, he can cook for himself. Of course, I can do lots of things that a man can do, but I would rather him do it. And it's nice that it's nice when someone just wants to do something nice for someone, but especially someone you've committed your life to.
Yes, and I feel like women like this, which is a lot of women these days, especially these young women, but just women these days that are like this, they just really feel this is a very, very selfish group of people right now. We have, it is a huge group of selfish women right now who literally do not want to do anything.
They don't want their single life to change.
Their boyfriend, their husband, or their husband, say husband now since it's a more serious relationship, or longtime partner. They do not want to do anything. They want it all to be done for them, and then somehow he's supposed to cherish you when he's not getting any part of his deal. The deal. He's not getting. You're getting all the deal. He's not getting any part of the deal.
And women like this,
I don't understand
women like this date simps.
They do.
And then when they get with these simps, again, like Jada, then they don't appreciate them.
Yeah.
They want to make a real man.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Well,
they won't let a real man be a real man. But then when they get these simps, and then they get mad at men for not being a real man. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Remember we used to watch that show. A good example of this is the show The King of Queens. Because Carrie and Doug were exactly the marriage of today. Where they both work.
She's dominating.
She's dominating. And then as soon as something happens, like the part where they were at the, they were on the airplane. And the emergency stuff came down. And he saved himself first. And she was upset that he didn't save her first because she's a woman. Yeah. And it's like, she was like, you're the man. He was like, yeah, right. You never treat me like that. There was an episode where she actually was doing the finances and she said, we're making more money. She's like, I'm making a little bit more than you. My check beats up your check.
Yeah. No, this is accurate to women right now.
This is how women are.
Domineering women.
And Doug is like most men. Settle for this.
This woman is, she's completely out of line. She is complete, as a woman, she is completely out of line. And the sad part is that she doesn't even see it. Right, because she's surrounded with this kind of bad bitch. And so when Cam is talking about, like you say, bad bitch, he's a bad bitch, I can do it. So what he's saying is that these women out here say, oh, I can get my own car, I can get a job, I got this fancy degree, I got my own house, I got my own this and that and the other, I got everything. I can do it, I did it already. Okay, so I don't need you to do anything. And then you're expecting for a real man. Now, they can get men. Don't get me wrong. These women will get men. But you're wanting a real man. We're talking about real men. To then take care of you and cater to you. And that doesn't even make a little sense.
But this whole idea of what I call the Beyonce and Jay-Z marriage, where everybody's doing the exact same thing. And so women look at them as power couples. Yeah, no. And I want to be like this. But women don't, most women don't have that kind of money. Yeah. So when you have women like Kim Kardashian and Beyonce, all the, the popular ones, Cardi B, all these women have kids. Kendall Jenner or Kylie Jenner. These women have money where they don't have to do anything female. Right. They have other women doing it for them. So they have nannies, they have cooks, people who clean, people who have assistants. They have things that, because Kim Kardashian a long while ago on Mother's Day put out a Twitter thing, and talking about mothers are all of this. They're the psychiatrists, or the doctors, whatever. So she got slammed by real mothers, and saying, no, hun, you are not like a real mother. You do not cook your own food. You do not clean your own house. You do not watch your own children. You have nannies. You have cooks. You have babies. So you can't compare your life to someone's life that isn't like yours. So most women make a modest means. Yeah. Even if they live kind of well, that means you still got to kind of cook. Yeah. The roles work well in regular homes where there's regular money. When you compare yourself to people who live in a dreamland, or lavish, you're right. Yeah, lavish, where Jay-Z and Beyonce are like trying to get the third pool in their house. That's not normal. And so for them, roles don't really matter, simply because she's not really needed as a woman in their house. And so these types of women
her
whole tax bracket isn't
right. These types of women go into marriage or relationships in general thinking that I can be this bad bitch, blah blah blah. I can be like Beyonce. I can be like Cardi and all this stuff, and still find them. No man is really going to want this. And the men that do are going to be simps, and you will get a divorce.
And so they think, like, if I cook, my husband, well, that's okay. I don't have to have the house. I don't have to have the maid and the cook. Yeah. If my husband does it, then that's kind of like, we can both do it. Yeah. I was like, well, no. That isn't the same. No. You know what I mean? What if he doesn't want to do that? What if he's just a man? He wants to go to work.
It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to be a woman like this, by the way. So, because you have to be fake. You have to change who you are. So naturally speaking, if she were to be more submissive, she would be happier. Right. But just the way she's behaving looks angry.
There's reason that like sexuality has become so big with women. Like we have to be sex like men. And I think a lot of that happens is because women really don't have much to offer anymore. So the only way that they can get men now is to be like this, obnoxious but still maintain their obnoxious demeanor and do what they want. But as long as they can use what's between their legs to get you in line, they do it. Yeah. And that's really the whole point of like the whole WAP video.
Yeah.
Is that these women are saying, she said I didn't have to cook, I don't clean, but I still got the ring.
Yeah.
That's what she said in the video. So her point is saying this is that as long as I can have sex with him, he's not gonna say nothing. And guess what? Most men don't.
Most men don't, and that's the problem. That we're
Now
having.
Cam Newton. Now the background of him, which I think made it worse for him, is that he has like seven kids
yeah, he has
by
7 kids.
I think 3 different women. They said.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure about that, but I was watching Jason Whitlock, and they were talking about his life.
He's had
and
some.
they were saying that he's had some bad. I guess this is
Yeah.
what happens
Right.
when you become a young man that makes a lot of money. Then all of a sudden you think you can just be high
Yeah.
valued and sleep around
Right.
and make kids with women, and now you've had a taste of bad bitches. Now you want to come back to the right side, because he comes from a family where he had both mother and father, and I think his grandmother also lived in the house. So he talks about that in the video. He talks about the fact that I had a mother and a father, but he had fame. And he
has a unique experience in the fame part,
right?
Because his mother and father didn't have that, so.
But I can see women saying, "Oh, so
you can just go around here.
You can just go around and be a baby daddy, and none of these men are gonna say this ain't right."
Yeah.
So, and some right, that's true.
Yes.
You do have to call him out. You know what I mean? Because on some level, yeah, we've been saying before that men sleeping around the way that they do, it really hurts you.
We talked about the sexual discipline part.
It makes you a slave to child support.
Yeah.
It breaks you financially.
Right.
You know what I mean? We know guys that we work with where they've got way too many kids for the income that they have because their penis made their decisions for them. And so here's a guy that became famous young and got a lot of money and did what most men do when they start having a lot of money, and he made a lot of kids. And
thank God he can take care of them.
Right. And now I want a woman like my mama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He has 7 kids, looks like. I was trying to see. Look, he has 7.
I think it's 7.
He has 7 kids. So by how many women? I think it was like 3 or 4.
They said 3.
I think it's 3 by 3 different women. So he was out there, and apparently.
Now, they did say that one of the kids may be from one of the other women, and he claims it as his own.
Oh, okay.
So if that's true, that's nice. Yeah. But what I would say though is that I wish that men would become more disciplined sexually and be able to walk away, because I'm telling you that if you guys wouldn't be they're so thirsty for these types of women, because they're so easy to get. The woman that's talking on the video, in 5 seconds you can sleep with her.
No, the woman talking on the video, people are like, oh my gosh, she's so, that's just, I would never want to be with a woman like that. This woman's going to have all kinds of men.
Oh, and she probably has.
And so it's not like she's going to have a shortage of men wanting to be with her, and but I feel like the type of men that she's attracting are... She'll be, so she gets divorced. If she gets married, she'll get divorced. Yeah. She'll get divorced. If she has this attitude, she'll get divorced.
I mean, most of these women don't feel that they have to do anything anymore. All they have to do is put on some tight jeans, a lace front, and some eyelashes, and talk a bunch of shit, and then you will abandon all of your morals.
I don't know what happened to, like, it's just amazing to me that women are not, for some reason they see that it's a sign of weakness to cater to a deserving man. Not deserving. I put deserving. A deserving man. But I see like it's just, we're so far off the rails now. And I know that she seems young, so I'm sure that she's probably doesn't know any different at this point. But I feel like she's an adult though, so I'm not going to give her that much slack on that. But I think that it has to be. We have to bring back femininity, because we're just breeding these types of people, right? And I don't, like Kara was saying, I don't want to take Cam Newton off of the hook with all the kids and his apparently some Instagram models. He was like strippers and stuff. If you want a real woman, like he was saying, he doesn't want the bad bitch. He wants a real he doesn't want that. But now he comes with 7 children and a few different baby's mother. You know what I mean? So now he comes with a lot of baggage, right? So he kind of put himself into a little bit bind with that. But I will say this is that I'm not. If somebody messes up in their life and then they have a come to Jesus moment,
we all have that,
you know what I mean? Like we all, I'm not judging him on that, and if this woman, by the way, that's an aha moment. If we see her in a year and then she's like, yeah, I did that video and I just really was like out of line, I shouldn't have done. I'm not going to go and judge this woman. I'm not judging her now on how, her behavior right now. I just know why she's acting like this. But I do feel like there has to be some type of, it's okay if you messed up and then you came back. Doesn't mean that you're not gonna have a hard time.
And what Cam Newton needs to do is double down.
He needs to double down.
Don't back up and be like, oh, I'm sorry. See, what you need to do is what that guy did on Fox News. Remember that guy did on Hannity's show, that Fox News with that white feminist lady? If you can find that is funny.
I think this is sort of God's way. This is nature's way of saying women should be at home with the kids. They're happier there.
I hope that your viewers do not take you, sir, seriously.
There's a great book you should read. It's called Why Men Earn More, and it's all about women choosing to put family over work, and that's why they earn less.
Having a choice does not mean that you're less ambitious, and your comments are absolutely deplorable. Sean, I would like
less ambitious in the workplace.
I would like you to adjust it. You're a father. You have a daughter.
If you were a real feminist, you would support housewives and see them as the heroes, and women who work wasting their time.
You said that women are less ambitious.
Women are less ambitious.
You have also said that women are better suited in the home.
Yes,
you've also said that, that women are emotional and women shouldn't run for public office. All of these things that just
I never said women shouldn't run for public office.
Yes, you have. You've said that
If we're talking about 50% of the population, generally out of this 250 million people or 150 million people, most women are happier at home. They are pretending that they like working, and they're not making money because they don't stay all night at the office. They don't go the extra mile. They don't work all weekend. You're making a mistake. You would be much happier at home with a husband and children.
Oh, boy. Oh,
I mean, I'm literally.
You just said you're single. You don't have a boyfriend. You're what?
That's
you're celibate.
my choice.
Yeah, look, you're miserable. You would be so much happier with kids around you tonight. Imagine coming home. Mommy's home.
You know what, Gavin? You're not funny. You're not what you do not do anything.
I'm trying to make you happy.
You do not do anything for the better. Sean, this isn't funny.
Feminism has made women miserable. Women were much happier when housewives were glorified.
Guess what? I had a choice to be married, and I chose not to. I have a choice to have kids.
You made a mistake.
We'll give you the last word. Go ahead.
I think that your guest here is doing a disservice to all of the viewers and doing a disservice to America by saying that women, that I need to be married, that I would be happier at home. That you're, what, miserably married? Just because
no,
just having a ring on...
I'm trying to share my joy. You should see my little 2-year-old.
Not everybody has the same life pattern as you.
This is what you need to always be.
Yeah.
He did
just keep going.
He just kept going and made her feel ridiculous, and he had the whole crew in Hannity's studio laughing at her. Because the truth is that years later I found out that she did get married, and she's a lot different.
Yeah.
Now,
she's
at the time she was running her mouth about being a feminist and all that, she really wasn't married. And when women are feminists, they seem to be more angry.
That's what I'm saying about her.
Like her, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it is interesting to me that when the lady was talking on the video, that she just keeps talking about all the things that she gets to do, but she doesn't have to be good or nice or human at all.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. There's a fleet of selfish women right now.
And even with that video, she will get married.
No, yes, she's still gonna get dates.
People always go. I've been watching this video through different people. Have been doing a thing on this Cam Newton thing, and they've been putting that girl's video up. And everybody keeps saying, including like B. Tatum, he's all like, she's never gonna get married. She's never gonna. No, she will get married. Do you understand? No, she will get married. These women, this idea that feminists don't get married is just not true. They don't stay married, but they get married. So the point is, she will get married, and when she gets a divorce, she will get alimony. She'll probably get child. She has a child. She'll get child support, and then she will make it all about him and nothing about her.
Right.
And she'll make these little videos like this and start talking about why it all ended because of him. You know what I'm saying?
Toxic.
It's just toxic.
It's the attitude. It's really like that attitude, man, y'all. It just really gets to me because I see women sometimes who have that type of demeanor, are very aggressive, and they're just their language is so sassy. It's like it's always like a attractive woman who all of a sudden is not attractive anymore as soon as she opens her mouth to talk. It's like there's nothing about this that's attractive at all. This is nothing about this attractive at all, right? But there are men out here who are going to say, you know, like, look at her. They're going to go by the looks and stuff, and she's cute, and, you know.
Steve Harvey said in his book, though, he said that when women act like this Steve Harvey book is old now, but when he said this, he said when women act like this, the first thing men thinks is a couple of compliments and a drink.
It's all going to take.
He said, because when women don't act like women, and they don't make it, like, challenging for us, we realize that all that running your mouth is mostly just you. You are the one that most men are going to get in bed with it tonight. He's like, and most men observe women like that because they know that they're the ones. All it takes is a couple compliments and a drink. Showing too much of your body and drinking too much and running your mouth. Those are the women who are the biggest targets of being cheated on and treated badly. Yeah. And then they have bad attitudes because they don't realize it's their behavior that's attracting these types of men or attracting that in a man. Because every man can be good to a woman. It depends on the woman.
Women who were praising this woman were people I know.
Yeah.
So that would be my age, you know. And I'm like,
well, women our age were doing videos to counteract with just what
trying to do the bad bitch thing too.
I'm a bad bitch. You know what I mean? It's like okay, well, whatever. Not to mention, not just what happens when mothers like this act like this, but when they raise boys with this kind of energy.
Yeah, that kind of.
When you have little 3 or 4 year old little boys and your mother's acting like this,
so she's gonna dominate.
She's gonna dominate. And then little girls looking at their mother as some sort of woman to be.
Like, listen to what Cam Newton said just about the topic of what he was saying. He was absolutely correct.
Yeah,
like he was
100%.
He was 100% correct. And
actually, glad he said it.
Yeah, in everything he said. You know, it's it's concerning that he has 7 kids and that whole thing happened. But you know, that's past. We're here now. You know, but what he said in the video, I just thought, well, the only people who are going to disagree with that are sassy, foul-mouthed women. Feminist, woman empowering, pushing, domineering women. Those are the women who are going to be mad at that.
Even the guys that were sitting around him looked like, oh God.
They looked
like, brace yourself. You're saying something.
They were uncomfortable because they know. They knew. They knew that it was going to be what it ended up being. But he didn't say anything that was wrong. But all of a sudden, here we go. TYT, you know, the Young Turks. Oh, you know, he went on some
Anna Kasparian.
He went on a misogynistic rant. Here we go again with the misuse and overuse of that word.
Feminists should be happy because, in fact, what he was doing is giving allegiance to his mother.
Yeah.
Because what he was saying is that I want to marry a woman that was like my mom. Yeah. I should have done that. Basically, I want to go back to that. But they don't value that woman.
It's almost like women like that.
Yes, women don't value femininity. They only value masculinity in women. So they don't value. They don't value. They don't value the woman who takes care of a home, and that's a job. They only value women who go to work and clock in, and that's it.
But it seems like they think that women get defensive and like this, domineering like this. It's like they're thinking that when you're saying you want to be like a traditional type of a woman, that somehow that's weak. So it's like you're by wanting to be a traditional woman, you're like kind of suppressing your voice, right? And I would say, like, I would consider myself to be a traditional woman, like when it comes to relationships and things like in general, you know, a traditional woman. And clearly, we speak. Kara and I have traditional women do have a voice.
Conservative women are much more. Are a lot stronger, in a way, because the conservative women don't feel that they have to beat men. Yeah, they just feel like they have to be strong women. Right. You know what I mean? Where feminists think that they have to, in order to be a strong woman, you have to beat men.
Feminists think the way that we're talking is somehow weak.
Because conservative women work too. Yeah. So it has nothing to do with work. It has something to do with staying in your lane. You know what I mean? And I don't need to I don't need to outdo men. That's not my purpose, to somehow feel like I'm strong. Well, you know what I mean? Yeah. And also, I don't let men just talk to me any kind of way. Based on what that lady was saying, though, I would like to ask her, then why would you want to get married? Yeah. I mean,
that's
so she was saying, I'm not going to do something that a man can do for himself. I'm not going to do that. And so, okay. So then why would you get married?
Why would you
get married? You just purposely don't want to do anything for a man. So why would a marriage... And then she goes on to say, I'm going to be a good wife. Believe that. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't believe that you're going to be a good wife. I do think you will be one, but I don't think you're going to be a good one. But secondly, my next thing is, why would you even want to get married if this is how you feel about life? If you feel like you don't need a man, if you feel like... what would he be to you?
You know, I've been engaged, But I've never been married, and even I understand the concept of marriage.
Right.
I don't understand how she's gonna actually believe that she can go into a relationship and then still somehow be a leader.
Yeah.
Like I can, and then not do anything for her husband. The point of marriage is relationship, relating, coming together, the bonding, the one. That's the point. There is no I. Do you guys think that Cam was right or wrong? You're very curious to know that. I honestly just think that guy was 100% right. Said nothing wrong. Matter of fact, I hope he, like Kara said, hope he doubles down. On it because he was right. But
that's the only way you'll be able to win this war is if men don't backtrack.
Truth is women are out of order. Sorry.
That's what happens. Men say their truth. And then as soon as they get clapped back by the media, then all of a sudden they make, I wasn't trying to hurt anybody's feelings.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Just stand in your truth. That is true.
Yeah. True. Yep. So leave a comment below if you guys want to know what you think about all that. We'd love to hear it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
And hit the bell.
And hit the bell. We discussed this last week. Hit the bell. We know we got some new subscribers as well, so thank you guys for subscribing.
Welcome.
And we will see you guys next week. Bye.